I never expected to play Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse at all, especially since I never got too far or even finished the first game. Now with that being said, let's stop right there and answer the age-old question of, do you need to play game A and understand what's going on in game B? Or should you play Shin Megami Tensei 4 before playing Apocalypse? Kinda hard for me to answer because I didn't, and I went into this one without knowing anything about Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the most part. Especially since this game takes place after one of the 3 endings of Shin Megami Tensei 4 and continues from that time frame with new characters. I still enjoyed this game and its story without knowing what went on in the first game. And the reason I got this one is because I heard it improved upon 4 and it made everything a little bit more convenient and less annoying. I also asked myself, am I really going to play 4, which is maybe 40 to 50 hours, and then move on to play another game that is also 40 to 50 hours? The answer for me was simply no. I wanted to play the game now and I went ahead with the purchase. If you really are that concerned about keeping up with the story, there is an in-game database that will get you up to speed and some free DLC that explains the events of the first game. And the story actually does do a good job in telling you what happened in the events of Shin Megami Tensei 4 without being too overly descriptive. Alright, so starting off with of course the story and characters, Apocalypse takes place right after the events of Shin Megami Tensei 4's neutral ending. You take control of a literally nameless protagonist, Nanashi, and together with his childhood friend Asahi, you become hunters to help protect the city of Tokyo against the angels and demons that are wreaking havoc. Soon enough, you find yourself killed by a demon and you're resurrected by the entity Doctor. You become his pawn, so to speak, and have to follow his orders while also trying to defend Tokyo and helping Flynn from the first game achieve freedom for humans. Of course, there are some more details about the story, but I don't really want to go into it because of spoilers, so I'll just leave it at that. Just know that this story keeps you well oiled to keep going from beginning to end, and its style and presentation easily helps going from point A to point B to see what happens next entertaining and worthwhile. As for the characters, I did mention a childhood friend earlier in Asahi. Now she does fall into the JRPG trope of being the childhood friend and she loves the main character. However, the story presents her in a likable way. She's less than what the trope actually is. Other characters do fall into the JRPG character tropes, but they're engaging and amusing enough to separate them from the tropes. The characters is what I believe to be a prime example of characters that can be cliche, but still entertaining to watch. The impressive script plays an important role, and the voice acting is probably the very reason in this case I found these characters to be so fascinating to watch. The voice acting is just perfect. I can't find a single reason to complain about it. I just love when any character speaks. The localization team really needs a round of applause for their work. You do not need Japanese audio for this. Period. The voice acting is just that good. Okay, fine, I know people are going to have their preferences and that's cool, but you just can't say the voice acting here is bad. You could say the Japanese audio is better, but to say that the English voice acting is bad, that's just borderline crazy talk. As far as the sound goes, it's just as strong as the voice acting. You're mostly in this dark, gritty, almost hopeless atmosphere, and the music completely complements everything around you. Whether it's the awesome themes of the normal battle in the boss battle music, or the running around in a demon-infested city, or just going up on the world map, it's just great. The world map theme is just awesome. I love it completely. And the theme to the first underground main base that you get to is relaxing and almost soothing. The soundtrack just fucking works. Now, graphics are about this game's only weak point. I'll have to admit, for a 3DS game, the actual in-game graphical engine is rather okay, of course going by 3DS standards. The presentation of the story is nicely done. The presentation has a sleek slant and slow zoom look whenever the characters are talking and whenever shit is about to go down. It looks really awesome, especially in 3D. However, where the graphics take a hit are the recycling, especially if you played the first Shin Megami Tensei 4, you can see all the reused dungeons they use in this one. Don't even get me started with the reused demon artwork they've been using since the series made an appearance on Nintendo DS with Devil Survivor 1. Another problem with the graphics are the character sprites. I mean, really? Was this the best they could do? After premiering the Shin Megami Tensei series on the DS back in 2009, I feel like they really could have improved the style of the sprites being used in battles and the NPCs you talk to. But I guess now that the developers are okay with these subpar sprites, and to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in this aspect. Gameplay is this game's highlight right next to its story. However, it kind of feels like it falls into the been there done that territory. You see, I'm starting to realize with Shin Megami Tensei, when it comes to battle, it's the same thing really. Find an enemy weakness, exploit it, and go to town, while also covering your own weaknesses, because the demons can go ham on you just as easily as you can go ham on them. Hitting those weaknesses will grant you an extra turn, and you can really start piling on the damage. This is just how Shin Megami Tensei games work, and by now I should probably be tired of it, but I'm not. This is just still fun and challenging, and you still get a sense of urgency whenever a boss appears and you're wondering what its weakness could be. There's a little trial and error there, but it still works. Demons are of course an important aspect of the gameplay. You can have up to 3 demons active in battle, and you can swap one out whenever the main character turn comes. Demons have their own skills and abilities, and when they level up, they can sometimes give one of their skills to the main character. Some demons even evolve. Oops, I mean transform to more powerful demons. Although if you allow them to transform, it completely changed the demon's stats. A pre-transformed demon could be a magic user and then suddenly transform into a physical hitter. A bit weird, but using the Mito app that you use to fuse demons, you can also use it to summon demons you registered prior and summon it back with its same stats and skills, and of course it comes at a price. In order to get demons and fuse them with other demons, you have to recruit them in battle. And to recruit them in battle, you have to negotiate with them. Now, the negotiation system has always been a part of the mostly mainline Shin Megami Tensei games, and it's always been a feature I was never too fond of. Primarily because it always seemed like it was left a random chance if a demon wanted to go with you or not, and picking the wrong choices could result in the demon leaving the battle with a good chunk of the money, taking some of your items, or just straight up attacking and killing you if you chose poorly. Here it feels a little bit easier. Give them some items and a little bit of money and they'll join you, but demons can still wreck your shit if you piss them off. There are actually some memorable demon encounters I had. For example, I ran into a succubus and one of the choices was something along the lines of telling her to get lost or to insult her. And she was like, "Oh, what? No one has ever talked to me that way before." She ran off, and later in the dungeon she came back and automatically just joined the party when I talked to her. There will be some encounters like that, and it's pretty cool to see. In battle, you also have your normal party members you get through progressing the story, and they help you in battle by healing your party or attacking your enemy after your turn is complete. Each successful action they take will cause a meter to fill, and once that meter fills, your party will attack your enemies in a barrage and heal or buff your party. And not only that, but it completely takes away the enemy turn, in effect giving you an extra turn to set up or pile on more damage. It just really helps a lot. Outside of battle, you have side quests, which are called challenge quests, and of course you have your kill this and gather that side quests with some collecting and damage dealing quests to switch it up. You also have some really meaty challenge quests that have a lot of story and are almost indistinguishable from the main story. These quests are really nice and you should probably do them. Closing in on the verdict for this game, again, I never expected to play Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, but damn it, I am so glad that I did. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Biosagarica for live streaming the game. Without seeing him play and enjoy the game, I probably would have never got it. The story is compelling and entertaining, while some characters fall into the cliche area. This is a prime example of characters that can be cliche but fun to watch. The voice acting and script really helped this game soar to awesome levels. In battle, it's kind of your standard Shin Megami Tensei affair, hitting weaknesses and gathering and fusing demons. It's all still fun and challenging, and being able to customize your main character into a physical beast or a magic nuke or a mixture of the two. You have a ton of demons to use to work around your weakness. With the tons of demons, the game and the series does suffer from reuse, and a lot of demon designs are here used from other Shin Megami Tensei games on the DS. And again, with the reuses, the game is throwing you right back into the setting of the original with the locations and dungeons, but it is part of the story, so I guess it's okay. But still, even with all the reuses, I can easily forgive this because everything else around the game, again, just freaking works, and it works oh so well. I might even forgive a certain other Shin Megami Tensei game that comes out later. All in all, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse is the almost complete package, wrapped into a 40 to 60 hour experience, and not once did I feel like the game slowed down or dragged on. Well, except for the final dungeon, because I saw the map to the final dungeon and I was like, what the fuck? This is just... Okay, it's not as bad as it looks. Well, sort of. my ranking for this game is quite easy. This is an A ranked game. But again, should you play Shin Megami Tensei 4 first? I'm gonna say yes. And I know that probably sounds a little bit hypocritical of me, but you'll get the full experience of this game knowing everything about the story and what's going on with the characters who appeared from the first game. But again, if you didn't and you want to play this one, you can look up and read the events of the first game. And as I said before, the story of this game really lays it out the foundation of what happened in the first game pretty easily. And you can still have a fun time with it no matter what. And that's all for my review. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you want to see more, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.